Japanese child A Suzuki, 14, who cannot decline kind invitations, toils hard to support his filthy parents. After his parents sold his soul to the devil, Sullivan, who wants to adopt a rumor as his beloved grandson, abruptly kidnaps him and takes him to the nether world. Aruba consents and enrolls in Demonn school, where he must maintain his secrecy about his human identity, or run the risk of being eaten by his peers because he is envious of his friends Levy and Beil's constant bragging about their grandsons. All greets Mouse for insulting him as he dares. But because his parents were scumbags and constantly put him in peril, he has acquired an almost superhuman ability to evade the other students' assumptions. Since he views Maud as feeble, he chooses not to defend himself, and now rescues a girl in the audience on the verge of harm. However, the Sullivan spell stops him from falling forward, and by accidentally throwing him backward in a German SUEX, he accidentally knocks his targets unconscious. When Modi proudly declares himself, the tale goes viral in the school, shocking famous people. Sullivan, the servant, is overjoyed, and appears to be destined for great things in the underworld. Aruba shows his ability to eat incredible food while having breakfast with Sullivan. He tries to opt out of Demonn's school, but when Sullivan reveals it, he chooses to go. He has delivered even more thoughtful gifts. Moss explains the rumor that they must summon their magical familiars, and that the power of the familiar will decide their advisor's demonic rank and class. Norris Cleo instantly despises Aruba because he is Sullivan's grandson. To avoid cheating, the students execute a ritual using their blood to summon parchments marked with Norris' demonic seal. Nair also tries a summoning, but because he has no demonic power in his blood, the summoning fails. The other pupils believe he must have been more potent than neighbors to buying him as a familiar, even though it was an accident. Consequently, my reputation will grow even more. Sullivan tells them with joy. Rue's position needs to be clarified. Neighbors becomes bedridden from shock, and familiar summoning contracts are unbreakable and last a year. Meets Valak Clara, a disruptive student whom Mods cautions Aruba not to talk to, as Mods explains. People attempt to avoid Clara because she is a weirdo. Clara develops a bond with a story and is forced to play with her. She says, "Please, then." Clara reveals that she has magical pockets that can duplicate anything she views. The student learns that other students have tricked Clara into making free meals for them. Clara laments that she has grown accustomed to buying people's friendships. She attempts to bribe them, but he refuses, upsetting her until he admits he wants to be her friend. This makes Clara so happy that she throws a drinks machine at the other students when they attempt to manipulate her again before using a smo as a target for her paint dodgeball. If a smo and Clara are his pals is a matter of rumor. She has never had pals. Learns that the type of food one can request depends on their class rank. Envious comes to resolve the situation only for Clara's benefit after she gets into trouble with the owner of the snack store, who views her replicating pockets as a form of shoplifting. A cunning story that summoned Envious and transformed him back into an owl. While the stall owner captures Naburas and demands payment for the stolen goods, Clara and Desmos escape. Aruba inquires about the friendship between a smo and Clara, but is taken aback by the answer. Demons don't understand what friendship is, but they readily accept it. Anyway, it is determined at a faculty meeting called by Sullivan. Aruba, Clara, and Desmos will all be assigned to the troubled kids' oddball class. Sullivan admits that to help him not stick out, he placed him in a class with troublemakers. He wouldn't be alone because he would be with a smo and Clara. I run into booby traps made by his new classmates who staked money on whether he would immediately survive a meeting with Sabak. So bro, an extensive, substantial criminal with aspirations of succeeding the current demon ruler. And that discovers 10 levels of demons, with you or the 10th rank being the strongest. Additionally, the Yo Sabak acknowledges that the Demon King is always selected from them. His attempt to intimidate an instructor led to his placement in the Misfit class. They are given a job by NIUs, who have just arrived, to determine their ranks in a race through a dangerous valley. NIUs cautions them to avoid the guardian beast, but it is in a terrible mood. Most students choose to travel except who lacks demon wings and merely tumbles off the precipice. Sabak flies straight when propelled by an impatient NIUs the guardian, hoping to defeat it and obtain a high rank, is unintentionally dropped in the nest of the guardian along with its injured baby by demonic crows. He tries to assist the child and learns that his human blood can instantly heal demons' wounds. The appreciative baby launches rumors about the flag as a token of appreciation elsewhere. Sabak acknowledges that attempting to subdue the guardian was a mistake, given how effortlessly it defeated him. Sabak confesses that he wishes to rule as the Demon King to surpass his pacifism. The older sibling suddenly lands before him, demonstrating the child to the guardian to appease it. Sabak posits that he is somehow strong enough to face the protector at the finish line without fear. The first position goes to Smo, followed by Clara riding on Modi's shoulders in second, and Sabak in last. Despite being carried by the guardian, Navius says that a rank owl will give rank badges to everyone. Sabak states his opposition. Immel earns third place from Clara. Delet gets fourth place from his mods, and Sabak earns bet. A gold ring is given to the second level instead of a badge. A startled Sabnok brings to mind a prediction that the following demon ruler will create more demons. His workers perform healing. A foreigner who has been hurt by his blood and is wearing Solomon's ring freaks out when a black flame demon appears from the ring and begins siphoning energy from his peers. A call threatens him, and he is moving to sever his finger. But Sullivan stops him and reprimands him. According to Sullivan, the ring is truly a gluttonous feeder ring that eats magic power before being calmed by some of its power. The ring's rank is unknown and automatically receives the lowest level possible, 8th. In the meantime, he gains more fame after taming the Guardian and using his ring to attack his peers. The student assembly takes notice of me because of his notoriety. Students discover how to use magic to grow demonic plants in botany class. A wildflower that SN generates devours everything. It appears as moss, a beautiful flower with flaming blooms, and Clara, a flower that has undergone an unfathomable mutation and is magic-free. And Ned jokingly utters the spell while contemplating his house. As Sullivan calls to clarify that the ring lets use magic, magic suddenly bursts from his crew. However, Sullivan neglected to place a cap on the output. Andrew records her phone number on his phone after I'm finished, and feels embarrassed, so she can ask him to recite again. According to the opera, R still decides whether he favors his new or old life. If he rises to a high ranking, traveling to the human world might be feasible. And Miri calls forth Demi and R. He was causing Clara and Mock to become wary. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content.